Hi guys, welcome to the Story World. Today we are here with a new story that is Truth or Dare. There is always a person in your friend circle that you don't like. For Vaishali, that person was Sona. She hated her with all her heart. The main reason for her hatred was Sona's bold attitude and her beauty. Looking at her, it felt God had taken some special time to create her. She had the most beautiful body, and her crowning glory was her long waist length curls. Vaishali hated them. She hated her with all her heart. Before she joined, she was considered to be the most beautiful, but Sona took away her title among her friends. She had been devising a plan to throw her down from her throne, but was always reluctant as to what she could do to achieve it. The events that happened today might have just made her achieve her goals. She entered the canteen of her college, where she saw all her friends planning a game of truth and dare. She was a little taken back by the fact that they were here and she wasn't told about it. This really burned Vaishali from head to toe. They were here because of Sona. Vaishali was somehow trying not to show her anger as she sat down with the group. Unlucky for her first time, bottle spun and after hitting, it turned towards her and Sona sitting opposite. Sona was to ask her the question. Sona, truth or dare? Vaishali, dare. Sona, take your lipstick out and make hips on your cheek. Vaishali, what? Why, it's so disgusting it will ruin my face. Sona, oh, the makeup will wiped off. Everyone laughed her as she laughed. Vaishali, okay, I'll do it. She hesitatingly opened her bag and acted to see if there was any lipstick in the bag. Sona jumped up and took them out. Sona, here you go. I thought you will have some problem finding them. Vaishali gave her a look of anger, then very sadly started drawing half circles on her cheek. Sona took the lipstick from her and completed the drawing. Everyone looked at her and laughed. She wanted to go and wash it, as not only her friends but others in the canteen were laughing too. But she was made to sit there for the game. Deep down, she was now full of it. She wanted to kill Sona for this, but was trying to be calm. The draw after a few rounds came to her aid. It was now her turn to ask Sona. Vaishali, truth or? Sona said dare before Vaishali could complete her sentence. Vaishali knew she had the best chance to take her revenge. Vaishali, okay, just wait here 1 minute. She got up from her chair and went straight outside the college. Beside it was a barber who worked just with a chair and mirror, which he had somehow managed to hang on the wall. She asked him to come with her, but he was in a shock. Why a girl was calling? But Vaishali gave him 500 rupees, which was probably more than his day's earning. So he followed her. Waiting her, Vaishali's friends were now getting anxious as to what she had in mind. They saw her walking back into the canteen, then saw a man following her. Vaishali, my dare to you is to get your hair cut of my choice. What do you say, tomboy? Are you scared? She said teasingly, knowing this would aggravate her. Some girls even told Vaishali this was too much, but she stayed adamant. Sona, okay, I accept. Some jaws dropped at that moment, hearing her to say yes to the dare. Quite frankly, everyone in the canteen now had their eyes on Vaishali and Sona. Vaishali said something in the barber's ear and then moved towards Sona. Barber, can I get a bottle of water, please? Vaishali handed it to him, then the barber, without waiting, started pouring water over her head, nearly emptying the full bottle. Sona's clothes were even getting wet. Others were trying to protest, but she sat waiting for what comes next as she massaged her scalp. The barber opened his tin box and took out a straight razor. The boys, who were familiar with it, knew what it was and had questions in their mind. But before anyone could say anything, the razor was placed over her head. And the first scrap was made. Her skin on the part where the blade was scraped was visible. The smile on Vaishali's face was exuberant and agony on Sona's was visible to all. The whole canteen watched as the barber now made a longer pass, removing more hair from her head, exposing her skin. Long curls fell down from her forehead as he started moving from her crown towards her forehead. The skin over the top of her head was visible as the barber made scraps over it, removing every strand from it. Everyone, though Vaishali was shaving Sona's head for a dare, but they were all surprised when the barber stopped after shaving the top of her head. He then took out the scissors from his bag. He picked up her heavy curls from the side of the head and snip, snip, snip throughout, mercilessly, leaving only a few inches attached to the scalp. Rather than cutting them to the scalp, he left 4 inches of hair on the left side and then to the right side, where he did the same thing. He again snip, snip, snip. The hair was cut to the same length. Sona sat in front of the whole canteen with a hideous haircut. The top shaved clean, the rest hanging from her head. She looked like an aging man losing his hair on top. Vaishali clicked a picture of her new haircut, then showed it to her, laughing on her face. She picked up the curls from her face, playing with some. She went away. Sona sat crying. She had been embarrassed in front of the whole college. I hope you all like this story. So don't forget to subscribe, like and share our Dean Story World's new story, The Truth and Dare.